Okay, so coming to the last topic of this chapter is icons, multimedia, and colors. Okay, in this topic, we are going to learn about the icons, then different kinds of icon, then its characteristics, and which are the different icons we can use to show different kinds of meaning, then images, then videos, then diagrams, then drawings, and then last animation. Okay, so all these topics are going to be covered in this video. So let us start with the first one. Okay, starting with the first one, that is introduction part of the icons, multimedia, and colors. So why to use all these kind of characteristics or all these kind of stuff in our interaction? Okay, because we know that our sketch, diagrams, images, automation, animation, so all these things plays a very important role while you are presenting something. Okay, a screen graphic, if used properly, can be powerful communication and attention getting technique. Okay, in the last few decades, we were not using these kind of stuff like images, audio, video. Okay, we were using simply text and text and text only. Okay, whether it is in www, that is world wide web, web pages, or it is like any other application. Okay, so whatever it was, we have used only and only text. Okay, so in the upcoming decades, or in this the current decade, we are using these kind of technique like we are using icons, we are using images, we are using drawings, we are using sketches, we are using um, um, drawings, and all kind of animations we are using. So with the help of all this stuff, we can make the presentation very good. Okay, so the interaction will be very good. Okay, and it can hold the user's attention also. Okay, the most important thing is that it will hold the user's attention. It will add interest to a screen, support computer interaction, and help overcome language barriers. Okay, if there is any person who cannot understand the language also, but with the help of animation, with the help of diagram, with the help of sketches, it will clearly understand the meaning or the concept behind the presentation. Okay, so research over the years has shown that the use of graphics can facilitate learning and it will recall. So pictures, for example, are more easily recognized and recalled than words. Okay, so instead of using the text and words, we can use images, audio, video, animation, drawing, sketches. All these kinds of stuffs can be used. Okay, so let us start with the first one, that is icon. Okay, so icons are pictorial images basically, you know, and most often used to represent objects and action with which user can interact with or they can manipulate. Okay, so basically icons, or we can say images, are pictorial images. These are the pictorial images. Okay, used to define something. Icons may stand alone on a desktop or in a window, or be grouped together in a toolbar. So these icons can be used at many places. Okay, secondary use of an icon is to reinforce important information, such as warning icon is an dialog message box. Okay, sometime we have seen that when we click on any option or we select any option, then it shows a warning message. Okay, the warning message having some kind of warning icon on the warning title bar also. Okay, so these icons can be used to picturize something to someone or the user. Okay, true icon is something that looks like what it means. Okay, what it want to show. Okay, so true icon will present the thing what it want to show. It is the representational and easy to understand. Okay, a picture of a telephone or a clock on a screen is a true icon. Okay, let us see where we can what are the different kinds of icon. According to the Roger in 1989, it provided the different kinds of icon. The definition of different kinds of icon, so they are resemblance, symbolic, exemplar, arbitrary, and analogy. So these five kinds of icons are there. Okay, so let us see what are the different kinds of icons and what is basically all does, and the example, with the help of example. Okay, the first one is the resemblance. Okay, an image that looks like what it means. Image that looks like what it means. So example is the book icon. If there is a book icon, then you can easily understand there is something like there is something information regarding the book. Okay, so the resemblance icon. Second is the symbolic icon, an abstract image representing something. Abstract image representing something. A cracked glass, for example, can represent something that is fragile. You have seen many times on a box, on a cartoon box, okay, the box in which the fridge will come, some fragile thing will come, something, any product which is which can be break, okay, like glasses, okay, some product of a glass, okay, so that can be it is a fragile product, okay. So a cracked glass will be shown on the box to represent or to show the user or to tell the user that this is the very delicate box and is very, and you have to handle it very clearly and you have to handle it very carefully, okay. So because something there is something which is fragile in nature, okay. So this is the symbolic icon, or we can say symbolic image. Exemplar, an image illustrating an example of characters or characteristics of something. Example or characteristics of something. Okay, a sight at a freeway exit picturing a knife or a fork has come to indicate a restaurant. If you're going, you have realize it many times that you're going to on a highway, okay, on any of the side you will find the image of a knife and a spoon, okay. So it means that this is the example, they are giving the example, okay. So they are exemplar icons. So they are showing that there is a restaurant ahead 500 meter or 100 meter or 1000 meter. So there is a restaurant, there is a fuel station, there is a gas pump, okay. So something in the illustration form, okay, something exemplar form. So that is called the exemplar icon. Next is arbitrary, an image completely arbitrary in appearances whose meaning must be alone, okay. So the meaning will not be clearly defined, you need to identify and you need to think that for which purpose this icons has been placed. Analogy, the last one, an image physically or semantically associated with something. Example, wheelbarrow full of brick for the move command, okay. So a wheelbarrow, you have seen the wheelbarrow which is used to carry the usually used to carry the load. It is having a single wheel, okay, and two legs and two stand, okay. So from these two stand, from two handle, sorry, stand, I'm telling stand, these are the two handle, and with the help of two stand, two legs and one wheel, you can carry the load from one location to another location. So this is the what we can say a symbol or icon we can use to move ahead or move forward, okay. So these are the different types of icon according to the Roger 1989. These are the different kinds of icon having different meanings, okay. Resemblance, symbolic, exemplar, arbitrary and analogy, okay. Coming to the characteristics of the icon. So all the so the different characteristics of the icons are syntactic, semantic and pragmatics. These are the different characteristics which determine an icon's effectiveness and usability. Okay, so the syntactic refers to an icon's physical structure, okay. Is it a square, round, red, green, big, small? So you can group together. Second is semantic. Semantic is the icon's meaning, what it does mean, to what does it refer, file, waste basket or some other object, okay. So semantic is the characteristics, the icon's meaning. The last one is the pragmatics, is how the icons are physically produced and depicted in the screen resolution sufficient to illustrate the icon clearly. So these are the three different icon. One is regarding the physical structure, that is called as the syntactic. Second is regarding semantic, what is the icon's meaning. The third is regarding the physical resolution, or we can say physical presentation of the icon, that is pragmatics. Okay, and these characteristics determine an icon's effectiveness and usability. Okay, coming to the next topic, these are some example which are shown to you. These are the different icons having different meaning. Okay, let me guess how you can do it. Okay, you all who are watching this video can guess for the meaning of these icons. Okay, the left hand side, the top icon, the thermometer, you can see the temperature is very high. Okay, so you can depict this that this icon is showing, or it has a meaning of something which is very hot. Okay, the next icon, the temperature is very low, you can say cold. You can take out the meaning as a cold. The next one is rabbit. So rabbit has some meaning, because we know the stories, and we know the rabbit and tortoise story. So rabbit is referred as a very fast. So with the help of this icon, the rabbit icon, we can easily depict that this icon is displayed to show the fast. The meaning of this icon is very fast. The next icon, that is tortoise icon, the image of the tortoise, it depicts and it shows that the things are very slow. Okay, the fast and slow. Okay, the next is, okay, let us see what are the meaning. The first is hot, second is cold, third is fast, and the fourth one is slow. Okay, now we'll see the next one. um, the fifth icon is the engine oil icon. Okay, if you will find this icon anywhere on the vehicle, then you will find that there is a engine oil place. Okay, the next is ammeter or generator. So ammeter or generator can be displayed with the help of the flash icon. Then upward direction is going straight, you have to go straight. Okay, then a direction going showing the right or left of the turn, so it is showing that you have to take a right turn or you have to take the left turn accordingly. Okay, the next is, we'll see whether we are correct or not. So engine oil, ammeter or generator, then straight and turn. Okay, so they are having meaning. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is the rotational arrows, right arrow, down, left and upward arrow. Okay, so these four arrows are shown. So it depict and it represent that this is the things are automatic. Okay, so you will find this symbol on automatic washing machine, automatic machine, whichever machine we are using. So if it is automatic, then you can present this symbol to show that the things and the product is automatic. So the next is the next icon is automatic. No, so automatic, no, it's a variation. Okay, you can increase something, you can increase, you can decrease. Okay, you can display some kind of variable regulation. Okay, so increase and decrease. The next is plus and the next is minus. So plus can be termed as the positive, the minus can be also termed as the negative. Okay, so these are some icons and their meanings we have shown. Okay, so all the icons are having different meanings to them. Coming to the next one, that is images. Okay, so the next topic is images, how the images plays an important role in interaction. Okay, while interacting with the users. Okay, so these are the general term. We have to use standard images. um, First of all, we have to ensure that all images convey their intended messages. So because we know that with the help of this animated part, that is images, videos, animation and gif images. Okay, so with the help of all these stuffs, what we can do, we can show some messages. Okay, so the whole statement, or we can say whole 2-3 paragraphs can be shown with the help of a single image or a two image. Okay, so we have to ensure that all images convey their intended messages. Okay, in general we have to use standard images, and we have to emulate the real world object, and the images we are using must be consistent. Okay, legible images we have to produce, then the description must be provided clearly so that we can show the person or the user that images are of this group, and distinguish navigational images from decorative images. And we have to minimize number of presented images, size of the presented images, then the single image size, then restrict page image to 20 kb, then we have to provide thumbnail size images, image animation, we have to minimize these all these things. Okay, its color, when we are talking about the images, then we have to minimize the number of colors in the image. Okay, when we use number of colors in an image more, then it will be very very difficult for user to understand the kind of image we are using. Okay, and next is the format. The format we are using, we have to produce the images of GIF and JPEG format. We are right now we are having a number of different format we can use, but these are the format which were available earlier. Okay, then regarding design, limit we have to limit large images above the page fold, and we have to use simple background images. And on the background side, we don't have to keep a lot of different colors. Simple background should be there, and reuse of images on multiple pages can be used done. Coming to the next one, that is video. These topics are literally very easy. Okay, and all these topics are very relevant to you peoples also. Okay, because images, audio, video, animation, these are the topics and these are the things you use on your daily basis. Okay, so there's no point of discussing all this, but still as a part I am just explaining these terms. Okay, video. Okay, so how, where we can use the video, basically the uses are to show things that move or change over time. Okay, so if we are having few things which are change over time, which are moving from one point to another point, so for that kind of usage we can make use of the videos to show the proper way to perform a task, to show events that cannot be seen directly. Okay, and to convey human behavior and emotion, to provide a personal message, to grab attention, because with the help of video, more number of users will give attention to your product or your presentation. It is having few disadvantages too. It is expensive to produce, because in order to create one image and in order to create one video, so that differs a lot. Slow to download. If you are using this video on a web page, then it will take time and it will take your data to download. It will take time to download. Small and difficult to discern the details. Okay, so we cannot provide the detail as it is, because to embed the detail we have to edit the video. Okay, so until and unless we will edit the video, we cannot show directly. Okay, so we have to show all the part and objects we are using in the video, so that is very difficult for us. Okay, so these are few guidelines. We never automatically download a video into a web page, because as we have discussed that if we are using the if we are using the video in our web page, then it will be very costly for us. Okay, and the video which we are using must be of the short segment. We can create the short messages video, so that will be easy for the web pages, also easy for us also. Consider using existing video, audio only, slideshow with audio. So these kind of things can be used. Okay, these are just the guidelines. These are the same thing what we have done in the earlier, the uses and the disadvantages. The diagrams. Okay, diagrams. Now where the diagrams will be used to show the structure of the object. Okay, any object which we are using, so to show the structure of the object we can use the diagrams. To show the relationship of objects, to show the flow of a process or any task, to reveal a temporal or spatial order, we can use the different kinds of diagrams. Okay, it has a different kind, that is flow chart, ER diagram, cause and effect chart, Gantt chart, organizational chart, network chart. So all these are the different diagrams we can use for different situations. Okay. Your diagram may be having different part, maybe having different shapes, lines and labels. Okay, and as a guideline we must provide the simple diagram. The complex diagram will be very hard and very difficult to understand by the user. So we must provide cutaway diagrams or exploded views to illustrate the key point, so that the main points will be highlighted with the labels. Okay, so in this way the diagram will work. Coming to the drawing, where we can use the drawing. When selective parts need to be emphasized or represented, we can use the drawings. We must provide simple drawings showing minimal detail, provide link to complete a drawing. Okay, then the next is animation. Animation is some kind of a short video, you can say. Animation can be used to explain ideas involving a change in time and change in position. So if you're having any idea, if you're having anything which is changing in time and changing in position, so for those ideas we can use the animation. Animation can be used to illustrate the location or the state of a process, to provide feedback, to show continuity in the transition, to enrich graphical representation, to aid visualization of three-dimensional structure, to attract attention. Okay, so for all kind of these uses we can use the animation. Having some disadvantages: very distracting, can potentially create problems for people with some disabilities, because the animation is voiceless now. Okay, if the animation is voiceless, then it will be very difficult for the person who will not able to see the thing. Okay, slow loading, because it is a kind of a video message or a video thing, so it will be slow downloading is a disadvantage. Some guidelines for animation: we have to use only when an integral and meaningful part of the content is shown. Introduce animation, create short segment, and we have to provide a freeze, frame, stop and reply mode. Then avoid distracting animation. Okay, so these are just guidelines according to the perspective of the animation. We are not into that deep in the animation, so we are not going to discuss about this guidelines. Coming to the next one, that is audition. So finally, this last component, that is audition, we in simple we can say there's the audio patch. Audio patch is the one which creates an which put a soul inside any voiceless diagram, voiceless sketch, voiceless video. Okay, so as a supplement to the text and graphic, because the text and graphic can show a lot of things, but it will not show the complete thing, because the remaining flaws, the remaining gap can be filled with the help of the audition, or can be filled up with the audio messages. To establish the atmosphere, to create a sense of place, to teach, to sample. For users with the disabilities, we can use this kind of component in an eyes busy and hand busy situation. If our eyes are also busy watching something, if our hands are also busy doing some work, then we can at least we can listen. Okay, so this audio kind of component can be used at this situation, who and can be used for the user who do not have access to the keyboard and to the monitor. Okay, so they can at least listen. Okay, so it is having some advantages, some disadvantages we have already discussed. So thank you. So it was all about the different component, that is images, audio, video, animation, drawing, sketches, multimedia. This all these points comes under the multimedia, and all these points creates all these points are very important for any interaction. Okay, for all the communication. Okay, thank you.